We took a trip to Murray Middle School where we found some aspiring actors participating in the nationwide Shakespeare in Schools workshop. With a little help from professors at Murray State, the middle school teachers are exposing students to Shakespeare in a unique and fun way.
Krista Fielder wants her 8th graders to feel comfortable with Shakespeare when they go on to high school. She tries to take the fear out of learning Shakespeare and turn it into an enjoyable experience.
Really, this is the first experience I've had teaching Shakespeare with younger students. I feel like there's so much exposure to it when they get to high school and from high school on through college. Introducing it to them at a younger age and introducing it to them period is important because the language is confusing to them, or they feel like it's going to be confusing to them when they first start out. And if we introduce it to them at a younger age, I really think it's going to help take away some of that fear factor that they have that goes along with the language and just make it a part of everyday life and something that they don't have to fear but just enjoy, because Shakespeare is so much fun and it's engaging and entertaining once you get past that language barrier.
Before Krista could teach her students about Shakespeare, she had to do a little learning herself.
This was my first experience teaching Shakespeare, period. It was the first time I've ever done it. It was, I was intimidated by it because it's not something they spend a lot of time preparing you for when you go to school to become a teacher, especially at a younger age, because I work with middle school students. And getting the opportunity to work with someone who is so comfortable with it and having them take that intimidation away from me so that I would feel confident teaching it with my students was, it was just a great experience. And being able to do that with my students now, I feel much more comfortable doing it and much more confident doing it in the future and for years to come with my kids.
Dr. Cobb at Murray State took the initiative to invite the faculty at Murray Middle School to participate in the Shakespeare in Schools workshop.
One way I can express it is that I teach Shakespeare to college students, and when I'm thinking of how those students can be better prepared, one thing I can do is look to the high schools where they also have to read Shakespeare. But about 6 years ago I had the idea that I wanted to look even further. Why not give middle schoolers Shakespeare's comedies, the really fun plays that they can play with using Shakespeare's language, and let them have fun with Shakespeare? What that does is get them excited about Shakespeare so that there's no Shakespeare, as the term is sometimes used. I've been working with the Folger Shakespeare Library in Washington, D.C. and their education department as I've been developing these units, and they are very excited about what we are doing here in Western Kentucky and are even talking about some adaptation of our materials for their own nationwide programs.
Krista has seen an improvement in her students and sees them actually enjoying learning about Shakespeare.
It's been really, really good for us with the implementation in Kentucky with the new Common Core standards. It's just upped the rigor. It's a very natural way to up the rigor in your classroom and expect more out of your students and do more with your students. The kids have a good time with it. They're kind of, they act like they're resistant to it, but once you get into it, Shakespeare's fun. It's fun, it's engaging, and the kids love it. And the new Common Core standards ask them to be able to process at a higher level, and it's naturally going to ask you to process at a much higher level when you're dealing with Shakespeare and all of the fun stuff that comes along with it.